MOVE started in the mid-'80s. It was started by a teacher out in California, and MOVE stands for Mobility Opportunities via Education or Experience. Her name is Linda Badabi, and she is the creator, and she believed, as we believe, that movement is the foundation of all learning. It's kind of a basic building block. Without movement, we can't communicate our needs. Without movement, we can't go explore the environment. Without movement, I can't choose which activity I want. The activity is brought to me, and so I have no choice.
When I went to other schools or when I worked in other classrooms, you just know what you've been exposed to. And so some of the things that I was doing in other rooms, I just thought was normal. That's what we do. Possibly having kids in hospital beds or having them just be on the mats, and I would take the activity to them. It really opened up my eyes when I came here, and there's not a bed in my room and there's not a mat in my room. You sit and think, wow, what were we doing when I thought that was so normal? I thought that that was just typical for that classroom, and to come and kind of have your eyes opened up and see it doesn't have to be that way and they can do so much more was just kind of a game changer.
My job is awesome. Normally, we implement MOVE through everything throughout the day. It might not be all the kids at once, but we do implement multiple times with multiple kids at once, either in equipment or we have them sitting in school-appropriate chairs or at desks. So in our building, what I do here is give the kids the most successful opportunities to be themselves and to interact, whatever that success may be for them.
You know, a success story of a kid who we used to, this was back a few years ago, but we used to have a TV on a cart, and he was motivated by TV, so we'd push the cart down the hall and he'd follow that walking. We found out what motivated him, and he'd take some steps walking and chase it down the hall until he didn't need that motivator anymore, and now he's walking all over up and down bus steps and accessing his school. So we have high expectations, and we look for functional activities that make sense to kids. So I start my day meeting kids at the bus to work on walking down the bus steps, where maybe the classroom can't handle, the kid needs a lot of help. So I'll work on that until they get good enough and can pass that on to the classroom. End of the day, same thing works with getting the kids on the bus. So anywhere in between it, maybe I'm working on helping a kid learn to sit up and hold their head up and trunk up where they have no muscles, to maybe propelling a walker or walking on uneven surfaces and working on balance. So all different levels from ages 2.5 to 26, and all different kinds of kids.
By having MOVE start at such a young age, I feel like we're changing the view of what a severely multiply impaired classroom is going to look like 10 years down the road. My kids that are coming to me at 2.5 and already working on sitting at a table and working on getting up in walkers are not going to look like the students are in that oldest classroom. The oldest classroom has students that are 20 years old, and they've only been able to have this philosophy for a couple years. And so to think where they're going to be when they are in that older room, I think just the whole classroom in general is going to have a different view. They're going to look different when you walk into that room.
We have to be extremely adaptive. Our equipment here and our MOVE supplies that we do have here in the building, they are amazing. They have so many adjustments for so many of our students, but we still have students that need a little bit of tweaking here and there. And so we have to think outside the box and to make sure that every kid has the supports that they need, or if they need a little extra here and there, we add padding or maybe an extra strap, and then we always work towards reducing all of that stuff as well.
I see it impact the community now. I think that it opens the door up for people to feel like they can approach you easier. I've been at the mall and I've had people come up and be like, what is that? Because the walkers that some of my students use is not like a walker you might see grandma use at the mall. And so they're fun colors, they are a lot more bulky, they have a lot more prompts, and so I think it just kind of opens the door for people to feel more comfortable in coming and approaching us and asking questions to just better their understanding of our students and our community.